Hello guys, and welcome to tonight's show of Let's Talk About Ice. We're on a different couch, same state, but still we've got the red in the background, the red in the ears to signify the red couch. As you all know, we got flooded out, our roof caved in. If you don't know, you're finding out now. Our roof caved in our office at head office with the floods at Christmas. We got locked out. It turns out that the area that we were working in became a hazard zone. We weren't allowed back in there over Christmas till January, and everything has gone in the flood. So we've had to take all the stuff and throw it in the bin. A lot of it anyway, and we've relocated just temporarily into a room, and half of our stuff's in storage, and it's been a difficult time, but we're overcoming that. So apologies to anyone if we've missed you in that period, or if there's been some delay in getting back to you. It has been a really hectic time for AAIC head office with this transition, but we're really grateful for all the help we've been having with the insurance and with people around that care about the work that we continue to do voluntarily, for our community. And without an office, it's been extremely difficult. So thank you to the Well Sales and the Glory Well for housing us for this period of time, and having us set up there at a micro scale to be able to continue some of the work that we do, which is our care team work, which is really important, our peer support work, and going back into schools now in January. We're hoping to have some offices donated for the cause real soon, so we're putting it out there. We are speaking to a few people, and if you're getting this message and you have offices and you have a space for AAIC to come and operate out of, and you think that you can donate that for a period of time, please get in touch with us, private message us. We want to keep the good work going, and with our printers and computers. It's easier to do that from one spot, and when we have a 1-800 number. So if you can help, and you feel that as I'm speaking, that's touching you, and you've got some space, please get in touch with us if you'd like to help. We are looking for officers to house about 10 people, and just a meeting space. And it's not rehab that we do. It is total administration from that point, where we take our work out into the community. So if that's you, and I'm talking to you, and you need to help, please contact us. The number to call is 1-800-NO-TO-ICE, 1-800-NOTOICE, and you can also call us on the landline 56656063. And that will get diverted to us, because we don't have a landline number at the moment because of the shift. But just a few housekeeping, not housework, things that I wanted to talk about before we start the show. And I have an awesome guest that's coming on the show. We're crossing live to him very, very shortly. But I just wanted to talk about a couple of things coming up for our ARC and for you guys, we've got a cruising Gold Coast on the 2nd of February. We will be having every second month we have a cruise that has been donated to us by Cruising Gold Coast, and they basically, we go out on the boat together, we have some fun at a sunset cruise. We get to have nibblies and soft drinks, and just enjoy each other's company, and get to enjoy the waterways on the Gold Coast. And all the funds raised from those tickets come back to help AARC do what they do. So the guys at Cruising Gold Coast, thank you so much for supporting the cause. It's very, very important that we all keep working as a community to help people that are in need. So, mental health, depression, suicide, domestic violence, homelessness, all really ties in a lot with meth addiction and ice addiction. And, we're about getting to the root of the problem and getting in front of our kids from lived experience, together with evidence, best practice presentation, to be able to show them and explain what ice does to a person and how it destroys a life and a body and a family and a community before they say yes to that drug. We can't make choices for people, but we can certainly put the evidence in front of them, the chemicals and the long-term effects, so in hope that they don't go there, and destroy their own life as well, because there's so much worth living for. Every life is worth living, and living abundantly. So that's our heartbeat. To keep doing that good work, we need to come together as a community, because AARC is not funded, and we can't continue our work without your support, without the community's involvement. In saying that, I thank you so much for the Gold Coast Rotary Club, who have brought me into their fold, and I've now officially become a Gold Coast Rotary person. I'm not sure about the terminology yet, but I do know that they are an incredible group of people that have a heart for the community and do incredible work in the community, and I want to be part of that, and I want them to be part of what we're doing. So in unity we achieve more. So I'm really honoured and blessed to have met such an incredible group of people that are doing such great work out there. So that's happened over the last month. Also reminding Melbourne, there's still raffle tickets available. We have some incredible prizes like cruises and weekends away and wine tours, I think. I haven't got all the details written down here, but it is on our Facebook, and we will be putting it up again tonight. The raffle prizes are all listed there. There's some incredible prizes for grabs, and we're drawing that on the 7th of February, from Victoria, in Melbourne, and get your tickets, because not only will you have an amazing chance to win some great prizes, which is, by the way, if you win, it could be really good for Valentine's Day, but you'll also be helping the charity, You'll also be helping AARC continue the work that we do. So please get your tickets. They're $25 each. You don't get a lunch for less than $20 nowadays, so it's not a lot considering you're helping a charity, and you've also got a really good chance of winning a major prize, and there's over 50 gift vouchers for different things, and some really major prizes. So Leanne will put that up on Facebook, the raffle, as we're going through the show, so that if you're in Melbourne and you want to help and support and you're not sure how, here's how you can do it. Click on the link, get yourself a raffle ticket, and go into the prize. And help us continue the work that we do. Thank you to our sponsors, Queensland Bottlers. Andrew and the organisation, the company there, have donated some bottled water. It's been really, really hot here on the Gold Coast, and we're working out of a room that's got no air conditioning, and the team have been just really sweating. It's been a really difficult time, but thank you to Queensland Bottlers for donating some big bottles of water, and we can cool them down and keep hydrated while we're working. So thank you so much, Andrew and team. That's Queensland Bottlers. They make all the bottled waters in the big containers and the little ones too, and they're an awesome bunch of guys there, contributing to the community, as you can see. And also to Doc Solutions for continuing to print off our all our material and resources. Thank you so much for your continued support. This is like the second year around, and with the floods they had to take away their printers, and they're still printing stuff off for us. So thank you so much, Doc Solutions, Document Solutions guys. If you want any printing or printers for your workplace or home even, they do amazing printers, all kinds of stuff up there. So go and check them out, Document Solutions. And Palm Beach Picture Framing, Sue Hartley, bless you. Thank you so much. Sue also, Restore 21 is a rehab that she runs, and she has Palm Beach Picture Framing. She does so much good in the community in this rehab from her heart. And I just really wanted to plug her because she put her hand up to frame a picture for AARC. It's like 2 meters wide, and it's a piece of artwork that was donated to us from Darwin, and it's an indigenous fish. We're going to be putting it up for auction soon, and it's amazing. It's so beautiful. And Sue just put up her hand. She said, I'll frame it, I'll do that, and at no cost. And she's really put her heart into it. So Palm Beach picture framing, if you need anything framed, let's all help each other, in unity, things get better and we work together better like that. So let's help the people that are helping your community, because to keeping us going, we're protecting your kids. And Sue also runs a rehab, but she has been helping us. So let's work together in unity. If you need something framed, that's the place to go. And just want to remind you about Emerald Lakes on Australia Day, Sunday the 26th. They will still be going ahead with an open event there. ARC. We're not going ahead. We didn't have enough resources to keep going, but they're still putting some entertainment on. And so if you need somewhere to go on a Sunday, head down there and support the guys. That it's at Emerald Lakes at Huntington's. Yeah, and that's all I have to share today. Enough of that stuff. I just want to get to the heartbeat of what we're here to do. And guys, we do this show in hope to raise awareness and to educate you and youth that tap into our Facebook, and in hope that you can share this on your page. We put a lot of work into setting this up every Thursday, being available, getting people to interview and agree to come and share their heart and their story. Brad, who is our who does all of this, and online, and is in the background and puts up the lights and does the angles and puts up your logos and all of that. He does this diligently every Thursday. He doesn't ask for a cent. I just want to honour him, but we put a lot of time into doing this, and a lot of effort every Thursday, every week for you, not for us, but for you. So you can share this link and put it on your page and share it. Share it with your friends. Ask them to share it, because we need to raise awareness. We need to spread this message, and our message, is not even once. Don't touch ice. It'll kill, steal, and destroy your life. And the few that have managed to come out, we've been able to get them to agree to come and share their stories in hope that other people don't have to go there. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Steve to the show. Hello, Steve. Are you crossing over? Can you hear me? I've lost Steve.
Oh, my
He's frozen.
Hello?
It's frozen. Talk about ice, it's frozen.
Yeah.
I've been sitting there the whole time and it's frozen.
He's cutting in and out. We're just...
And my iPad's playing up, so
Hold on, he can hear me, but can you guys... Can you hear me? Hello?
His feed's dropped out.
Oh.
Oh, his feed.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Am I still live?
Yeah, you're still live.
Yep.
Please.
I think we've lost Steve for a minute. Maybe I spoke too much for too long.
Now we're cutting in and out. This is right.
We're cutting in and out?
Yeah, now you're back.
I'm back.
This is fine.
I'm back.
Cutting out again.
Cutting out again.
Probably best to not be on yours as well, because this is
Yeah.
my interference.
See, okay.
Can you take...
So take
maybe
the
just
Wi-Fi.
go... take the Wi-Fi off and go on your...
See, my computer's frozen.
Okay.
See, Steve's calling me. Okay, Steve, talk to Brad.
Am I still live?
Yeah.
You are. Okay,
Oh.
Andres.
All right. Well, we're having technical
Andre's still
difficulties,
live,
and they're
but
trying to
you're
sort that out in the
frozen, so
background.
we're
So
trying to
hopefully
fix
we'll
that
get back to Steve real shortly. Give me a wave
He's
if
got no
you're
computer
out there, and
there.
send me some love and say hi. Who have we
there's
got
a storm
online here?
happening
Let me
up
have a
at
look.
Steve's place.
Gavin.
Okay.
Hey Gavin, God bless you, brother.
Yeah, there
Always
is
there
a storm.
supporting
Andrea,
us.
There's
There's
a
a
storm
storm.
happening at Steve's,
Okay.
so that could be the problem.
Just try opening the
Okay.
link again, you can try it.
There's a storm happening. Up in Logan, is it? Stephen Logan?
Where do you live, Stephen? Gympie. He lives in Gympie.
Gympie.
I'm not connected. It says my Wi-Fi's not connected, so.
Logan Central
it's
Counselling.
not bad as well.
Logan Central Counselling.
Yeah, we keep dropping
Drop
out
out.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It would mean nothing.
Okay, well, yeah, it's just flicking in and out. This is why I don't like using Wi-Fi.
What
It's
a- what a-
so
Can you
unreliable.
change it?
I have to run and get... Not really at this point.
Can you tap into my phone?
Can you tap it if I put personal hotspot on? Would that help?
Well, I'm getting low reception. What's your reception look like?
I have 4.
Okay, well, if you want to turn on a hotspot, I can connect to that instead. Oh, you back on again? It's so
Quickly tell them that we've got technical teams.
Okay, guys, we're having technical difficulties. Thanks, Leanne. And we are cutting in and out. We're trying to sort that out right away. So, are you there? Okay. So, until we get back on, do you need the Wi-Fi?
All you can do is open that link again.
Open the link again. Can you open the link again?
Okay.
He's trying to do that.
Okay.
Safari cannot open.
Am I live?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm live. I think there's a storm coming and it's affected Gympie area and everything keeps dropping out. So I'm really sorry, guys. We should have him back on real soon. Let's see.
His service.
Just want to see who's online.
I can't even get on my computer. Even my iPad's playing.
Let me see. Okay, here we go.
What's going on in the atmosphere?
Okay, hey Stormy, hey Rosalind, awesome. Anne. Okay, have any friends who joined this video?
Your Wi-Fi.
Am I online?
Go on.
Lynn,
Yeah, I should run.
hi Lynn.
What? Sure.
Doesn't matter. Don't worry. I'm just talking about it.
Hi Keith.
Oh,
Zoe.
hang 10
Yeah,
minutes.
broadcast is interrupting, sweetheart, a lot. So I'm really, really sorry that we're having this issue.
Right, Brad's just sent me another one.
Okay, we're just sending a new link over to Steve. And we're hoping to have him back online. I can hear some rattling. You don't want to miss out on his story. So I'll tell you a little bit about when I first met Steve. And I've heard of him for a while. And a few, of the guys, have him as a buddy from NA. And they're like, oh, you've got to meet Steve. He's this counsellor dude. And he goes to NA and, Heart of Gold. And he's just like helping everyone. And I'm like, wow, okay. So Steve wanted to come in and meet me and, offer his services, counselling services and his heart for what he does for people and to ARC. And it was, I came into the office and he had arrived early and he was sitting on the couch and he had these sunglasses on and it was real cash, like a biker looking dude, and I'm like, okay, who's here? and I was like, I had no idea, I just thought a counsellor would, counsellors, dressing in, suits or pleats. I don't even know if you call them pleats, but shirts and, a bit like formal, but, he was real cash, like a biker, and he's sitting on the couch, like really quiet, just checking me out, and I'm like, okay, this must be Steve, and I tell you what, I didn't expect a counsellor, like his outward appearance, like he's real hip and trendy and so relatable. Yeah, so relatable, I guess that's what I'm getting to. And, when I heard his heart and his story about where, you know, his walk in Ice World and why he wanted to do and help people come into ARC. You know, I was just blown away, and he's got so much love, you know, and knowledge from personal experience, but also from the qualification that he has as a counsellor, and he's been able to help a lot of our guys, you know, coming in for help, and you know, he's counselling everyone, and it's just incredible part of NA as well. So we've been really blessed to meet Steve and to have him on board, because he lives out, but he counsels remotely. And he comes down to the Gold Coast quite a bit, and you know, and he drives a long way to sit with people and you know, chat with them about their journey, and to help them through their recovery. Yeah. So when people come to us for help, we recommend and we put them on a tripod system of support. So that was put together through Optimal Health Group, and George Patricky, who is the trainer, our trainer, and teaches dual diagnosis, and he trains a lot of drug and alcohol counsellors, and he's a drug and alcohol counsellor himself. He, over 30 years, he's put together... Oh, I've got you. Hello, Steve. Welcome back.
He needs to lift up his screen.
You need to lift up your screen a little bit.
Keep going.
A little bit more.
Bit more.
A little bit more. A little bit more.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Perfect. Awesome. Now they can all see you. Awesome. So I'll just finish up saying, Steve, that when people come to us for help, we put them on a tripod system of support. And what that looks like, guys, is that we appoint them a buddy. So a buddy is somebody that's been through it, has come through recovery, and knows the journey, yeah? And that buddy will make connection with the person that wants help and come out of addiction, yeah, to come out of that dark place. And we connect them to a drug and alcohol counsellor, yeah? That's step one. We also let them know about NA meetings or AA meetings or CMA meetings, group or sisterhood or man up programs that they can tap into and get support and get the tools to be able to help themselves, yeah? So then, you know, after that we may make recommendations. Each case is different. They might need to go and see a doctor for some meds, or they might need to go into detox. So we just walk through, you know, the early stages with the person that's needing the help, and we connect them to the resources, only because we've been through that, and we know the way, and we know, you know, what's worked for us, and where they're at and how they're feeling about stuff. So that's what our peer support service does. And you know, we handpick all our counsellors. You know, it has to be that they need to be counselling people from the heart, and we're really big, we're all about lived experience, yeah? Not only our peer support people have lived experience, but you know, so do our counsellors. So we've been blessed to meet Steve. Steve, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well, thank you.
Awesome. Well, welcome back. And we had a bit of technical problems. So welcome to the show. And I was just while you were gone, I was introducing you and telling everyone how we first met and how you came into the office. And I walked past and didn't recognize you on the couch. I'm thinking, who is this man sitting here? But as I got talking to you, you know, I saw your heart and how you connected, you know, to me, to people, and yeah, we've got you up there on you know, on our list of you know, lived experience counsellors, because we just love you, and we just think you're amazing. Your heart's amazing for the work that we do. So thank you for joining us in ARC, and wanting to help people with us.
My honor, my pleasure.
I just I'd love you to share a little bit of your journey, Steve, and what led you up, you know, to be trained as a counsellor and to do the amazing work that you do today. You know, as I understand it, the guys tell me that, you know, you're a big part of NA. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. and you also counsel people online, and also one-on-one on the coast and in different areas, Brisbane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with the internet. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, predominantly on the coast, and the internet stuff I'm just starting to do probably through you. So I'm available through your office.
Awesome.
Yeah.
With the internet, it's so easy, isn't it, to really connect like this face to face with Skype or Zoom, and we can really, connect and chat almost like you're in the same room.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. So, do you want to share a little bit about your story and about, how you got, I guess, how you went through into addiction, what started, how did it all start for you? How did that journey start for you? Yeah.
Okay, I was born in Melbourne in the early 1960s
Yeah.
to a father who was an outlaw biker, and a mother that was a hippie. I grew up really being very confused as to whether I should drink copious amounts of alcohol or smoke heaps of dope. So I just did both.
Yep.
And, I was at an age from the start, from an early age.
Yeah.
And then, cut a long story short, I got into a lot of trouble. I was very rebellious, very angry, hated all sorts of authority.
Yeah.
And, I went to jail at 18, and I couldn't work. I got out at 19, and I couldn't work for bosses because I hated being told what to do, so I bought a performance motorcycle shop at 19 years of age. And, I worked on Outlaw Bike Club's bikes for 15 years.
Wow.
And I was into drag racing, and the secret to motorsport is long hours in the workshop. So I started to inject amphetamines at the age of 19.
Wow.
And, which led to a chronic amphetamine addiction.
Yeah.
And, a lot of crime. Visits Melbourne in those days, there was a lot of crime, a lot of violence.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of things. There were a lot of things as a young man that young men shouldn't see, and things like that. And did a lot of jail. And to cut a long story short, I wound up in Long Bay Jail Psych Ward at the age of 30. And with drug-induced paranoid schizophrenia.
Wow. Steve, hold on a second. You're going way too fast for me. I've got to ask some questions because all this stuff's coming up in my mind. But before we do that, can you raise your iPad a little bit more, because we're cutting off your hat.
Your eyes.
Okay.
And your
Just
eyes.
I just sit back a bit further. How's that?
Is that working?
Yeah, better?
Perfect. Yeah, that's awesome. So I just want to go back a little bit, because I know that the viewers at home are thinking what I'm thinking. So I'm going to ask the question, right? So having two family members in addiction, and, is everything all right?
He needs to speak. The audio isn't good on his side.
Sorry?
Audio isn't good from his side.
Okay, you need to speak up a little bit as well. The audio is a bit low. So you have both parents in addiction, alcohol and drugs, and then, like, I've got to ask you this, and I'm going to just put it as it is, right? Because I know people are thinking this. When you were young and seeing the consequences of that, like, did you not think, maybe I don't want that for my life, I'm not going to do that? Or was, what was your thought process that, that it was okay for you to go that way? Is it because you didn't know any better, or?
Yeah, I was brought up to think that was acceptable behaviour.
Okay.
You know,
Yep.
that it was commonplace to be drinking and drugging all
Yep.
day, every day. So that's what I thought was acceptable behaviour.
Yeah. Yep. So you thought that's just life.
I
That's just what
didn't see
people
any
do.
other way of
Wow.
life.
Wow. Yeah.
So
So then you went in.
I
You grew up and went down that same
was
track, but
a,
obviously,
I was a hippie for a while. I smoked a lot of dope,
yeah.
and but then I found out bikies had better parties. So I became a bikie. I changed like a chameleon, and my father being an outlaw bikie was a big influence on my life. And I looked up to him, even though he was a very
Wow.
angry man. But I looked up to him, and admired him,
He's
even
still
though he wasn't there.
He's your father, and that's
Yeah.
what kids, even. If you're using and abusing drugs and living that lifestyle, guys, and your kids are watching you, you're still their parents. They're not going to go, oh, I'm never going to do that. They're more likely to follow suit because you're their role model. As you can hear, they're still your family member. That's what you're teaching them. Yeah. So if I'm speaking to you out there, guys, and you're watching this, somebody might have sent you this link, that you may be using, and you've got a family. This is where your kids are going to follow suit. They're going to follow you. Yeah. More than likely going to go down the same road and probably even amp it up a little bit. Because that's generally what we see. Is that right, Steve?
Yeah, from my experience, that's totally true.
Yeah. So you then got involved, with crime and ended up in jail.
Yeah, quite a few times.
Had your dad been in jail before?
No,
No?
he was a smart boy.
Yeah. And what was your thought? Tell me, like, at any point, like you said, you've been in jail a few times. Any of those times, did you think at all, this is not the life I want to live? I want to change things, or I don't know how to change it, or have that kind of thought that you didn't want to live that life? Or
No, it just made me angrier and more rebellious towards authority and society.
yeah. Wow.
Until
So
it, until it came to a stage in my life at 35 when I got sick and tired of being locked up. And Long Bay Jail Psych Ward is not a pretty place. It wasn't fun.
wow. So you were in a psych ward.
Yeah.
What was going on for you to get there?
Well, I committed some pretty serious offences.
Can you fix your camera again for me, Steve, please?
That's
Is
perfect.
that better?
Perfect. Yep.
Yep, perfect. I know I get closer and closer to the camera too, and then I end up falling off the couch. So you ended up committing some serious crimes. Did you say, and you ended up in a mental institute?
Yeah, well, Long Bay Jail Psych Ward is, it's a practice factory. You don't put there to go and work. You're criminally insane. And most people that are there for 10 to 15 years, and then they're farmed out to mental institutions.
Wow.
But I was lucky
Wow.
enough to find what I needed when I was there, so, which I'll
Wow.
go into if you like.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about it because, you know, we've had a couple of people that have been in prison and they've told us, you know, about it and what that was like. But this sounds a little bit, it's further than prison. It's a psych prison. So what were you thinking and what was going on for you at that point, Steve?
Well, I just sort of come to this, and you know, I came under the Mental Health Act, so I had no set period of imprisonment.
Hmm.
It meant that, you know, I was assessed after a period of time to see whether I was fit to rejoin society.
Yep.
And, you know, there was no set time limit that I was going to be in jail for. I could have been in there for the rest of my life if I hadn't recovered. So,
Wow.
but I had a really good psychiatrist who said to me, you know, my experience, he said, the only hope for you is a spiritual awakening. You need a total attitude change. You know? And he introduced me to an older, sober, clean member who used to come to the jail. He was 32 years clean and sober.
Wow.
He'd done 12 years for murder in Bombay jail.
Wow.
He'd been out for 20 years. And he was absolutely fabulous. He was one of the meanest looking blokes I've ever seen. He was tattooed from his fingertips to his toenail. But he had this peace and calmness about him that was just emanated, you know, and I just wanted what he had, you know. And
Yeah.
he took me through a 12-step program and I got well.
It's incredible. You know, that what you're just saying, you know, is proof in the pudding. You know, you're just saying that. How many years were you entrapped in addiction for? How many years were you living unhealthily for?
From the age of 12 to 35. So
And somebody that had recovered and was in recovery and had come back to stand with you and to walk with you as a buddy.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about. That's what AAIC offer, exactly that. And to hold somebody by their side and say, walk this way, this is how I came good. This is how I got my life back. This is how, you know, I got out of this entrapment. And you know, helping that person from a place of love as if that was yourself, because it was. And, you know, that
got me back to health when I couldn't love myself.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And you know, what you've freely been given, isn't that what you freely give? You know, and that's what you do for so many.
My self-seeking and self-centeredness slipped away. And I thought that maybe if I can get out of here one day, I'll do something to help others. My experience may be able to help others. So when I got out, I went back to uni and studied psychotherapy and became a specialist drug and alcohol counsellor. And I wanted to work with kids because I see that if I can stop the cycle happening before they have children, they won't produce the same outcome. So I had to fight to get a blue card for 8 years.
Wow.
And I fought to get a blue card to be able to work with kids. And I've worked with youth for quite a few years, and
It's awesome.
that's probably the biggest. I get the most satisfaction out of working with young people. I don't know why, but you can stop them going through the pain and suffering of 20 years or 30 years of addiction and get to them early, you know, it's very gratifying.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, that is exactly what we do. You know, people like yourself, you know, like myself and other people that are in our TAARC family across Australia have had lived experience, have managed to come out of that space in recovery, been trained, then to go back in and educate and be peer support workers and help people in addiction create pathways into recovery, the same way that we did, you know. And we're just blessed to have you and your heart and your skills to be able to offer back into the community, Steve. We really are. I'm just, you know, I know, you know, it's been a long journey for you, but just your heart and the knowledge you have to be able to go back in there. I look forward to working with you to train you in the school workshops that we do. And, you know, guys, we interweave our personal stories into you know, an evidence-based practice presentation, and we bring that to life through our stories and through love and through truth, and we open discussion with the youth in her, you know, to protect them so they can ask the real questions, you know, so we can give them, you know, yes, it is this, this is what it's made out of, this is what happens to your brain, this is what psychosis feels like, in hope that they don't go there, yeah. And so that's what we do in schools, and you know, Steve and others like us are going out there back into the community, and we've got something to offer, something special, yeah, and it's from a place of love, you know. So if you are a parent, if your kid's starting school, high school this year, you know, it's always, you know, the drugs are in school, you know, knock on your school's door and say, I want my child to be educated through AARC because I want to protect them, you know. And what are they doing about education, the drug education that are in schools? I mean, we've all had drug education. They go, you know, don't do drugs. That's not the answer, yeah. And the education is great, but we need to come in there with lived experience to really, you know, bring it to life. So the kids don't think, oh, it won't happen to me. You know, it only happened to that person. The people that come out of Ice World don't come out unscarred, yeah. And we've got something to share with those kids in hope that they don't go there. Yeah. Steve, tell me a bit about in your journey. Did you have family? Did you have siblings, kids? You know, brothers and sisters around?
Yeah, I have a mother that's still alive. Very spiritual lady. I have a wonderful relationship with her, and I was, you know, it shattered my father to think that his son had become a drug addict and a junkie, he called it, and but I was able to make amends to him.
Awesome.
So he passed away about 8 or 9 years ago.
Yeah.
I have a brother that lives in Melbourne who's very successful and caught up with just life. I don't see too much about him. He doesn't sort of understand where I come from nowadays, but I'm not interested in financial prosperity or anything, in just what I can do to help others, you know, and that's where I get my prosperity and that from, you know. So he doesn't understand me, and I don't understand him very much, so we don't talk very much. But that's all right. You know. I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm sure he's proud of you too for stepping out, you know, and being that strong, you know, being strong and, you know, coming out of that space. And, you know, at the end of the day, what are we leaving in this world, you know? We're certainly
we come in with nothing. We
Yeah.
leave with nothing.
That's right.
So what have we got to do? Give it away.
That's right.
That's all we can do.
I have to
That's
say,
good.
you know, it's by giving that we receive.
Of course. Most precious thing we can do. Just
So
for
your
some-
brother, just one brother?
Yeah, just one brother.
Yeah. And so obviously your brother didn't go into drug world and ice world.
He was a straight A student and went to university and studied, and he's now general manager of Toyota Australia.
Awesome. You know, I've heard people say, you know, you either, if a parent, you know, is an alcoholic, the child will either become an alcoholic or he'll never touch a drink. And it goes to two polar extremes. Would you say that's what happened with you and your brother?
No, there was contributing influences that happened to me and my brother that happened to me and my father.
Yeah.
That didn't happen to my brother.
Okay.
Sexual abuse happened
Yeah.
both to me and my father.
Yeah.
So that was a contributing factor that caused us to go into addiction and self-destructive behaviour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I find in my work is very prevalent.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
Physical and sexual abuse is very prevalent for people with addiction problems.
Yeah, I see that too, Steve. I've seen that a lot, and it actually shocked me a little bit how much of it really goes on.
Oh, it's
I-
incredible.
I was,
I
you
was-
know, more and
I
more
was-
blown away.
When I was working for Headspace, you know, for the kids, there was statistics of 80% of young women and 50% of young men suffer some sort of life.
Wow.
You know, what's traumatic for one is not for another, but you know, it's very much an individual process. But abuse is abuse, you know.
Yeah.
It's got to stop, you know. And
Yeah.
the thing about drug addiction is like when you were giving your intro earlier, you know, the domestic violence and homelessness and all this crime and everything like that is all tied up with addiction, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, so
Yeah.
we can cut the addiction out. We might be able to cut the rest of it out as well, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about working on the underlying issues. Steve, can you sit back for me so I can see your awesome face, and because I'm losing you again.
I keep coming forward like you do.
I know. Just that I'll fall off the couch. Have we got him back? Yeah, awesome. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And there's a difference, you know, and that's what we explain to people. There's a difference between not using drugs and recovery. Yeah?
Yeah. Well,
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
yeah, I see it primarily, well, addiction is an allergy. You know, people react to substances. Addiction is all about isolation. You know, it forces us into isolation. We want to withdraw from society and disassociate from our families, our parents, our friends. When we're in addiction, you know, recovery is all about connection and about reassociating with people and you know, reassociating with the higher power or spiritual God, whatever you want to call it, you know. Get that inner strength that you need to go through life without using drugs, you know. And,
Yeah.
so it's very much addiction is about isolation and recovery is about connection.
Yeah, yeah. sometimes, Steve, we get people that come to us and go, oh, but I haven't used drugs maybe for 6 months. I'm in recovery. You know, often see people do that and then they end up relapsing because they haven't really worked on the underlying issues. They think because they haven't used, they don't really need to work through that. They can just sweep it under the carpet. What do you say to that?
It's a never-ending process. You never have recovered. You will always be recovering.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So, in 23 years of recovery, I've relapsed 5 times
Wow.
because I took a day off.
Yeah.
I took,
Yeah.
I can blame and rationalise it and justify it all I like. But the real reason was I took a day off for my recovery. It's about constant vigilance against addiction.
Yeah.
And it's a long process. Once you're an addict, it's a long road to recovery.
Yeah.
People think I've got it now.
Yeah.
That's very dangerous. And complacency comes in. You get your life back together. You get your family back together. You get your kids back. You start work. You think I've got it now. And then you stop doing the things that help you recover.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, you're back in addiction. So
That's right. That's why we...
Addiction is so cunning, baffling and powerful that it has to be worked on a daily program and a daily thing.
Absolutely.
Can't afford to take a day off.
No, that's right. And that's why we put the tripod system around every person that works with us, and everybody that wants really to, to step into recovery, because, without practicing that, without, having a buddy, having a drug and alcohol counsellor, going to meetings, having those resources around you every day, you can't miss a day. You can't be off because, if you're off, you'll be on,
Yeah.
So it's just, I'm going to get a t-shirt printed like that. If you're off, you'll be on. But, you have to stay on the ball, and you have to stay, alert and awake and seeing what situations, places, people, things, and where we put ourselves in vulnerable situations and forget, where that drug actually takes us, what that decision, where it takes us to in the end, and which is a place that none of us like or want to be, and it's a painful place. But I find that people sometimes say to us, I don't need to do counselling because I'm not using anymore. I haven't used for 3 months or 6 months. Do you call that recovery?
Well, to put it honestly, there's 3 types of people that use drugs. There's users that can recreationally use alcohol, a bit of dope, have a line of coke every now and then. Then there's abusers that have something that is traumatic in their life happen, and they abuse a substance, such as ice or whatever, for a period of time. And then they might go to psychotherapy or something like that and resolve the issue, and they recover from their drug abuse.
Yeah.
And then there's the third type. Then there's addicts. The problem with ice is that it's so physically and mentally addictive, is that once you have that first shot, you become an addict.
Yeah.
You will do anything you can to get your next one.
Yeah.
And you're not just a user or an abuser.
Yeah.
You become an addict.
Yeah.
And for addicts, like you were saying, just before, for addicts, it's a never-ending process. You've got to be, you know, I've talked to psychotherapists about it. They say 20 years, 30 years, maybe, you know, but I've seen people with relapse after 50 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
That's really scary, Steve.
you've never got it sewn up. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And that's what I find in my life is the beauty of my daily life is that I get to work with so many other addicts.
Yeah.
It takes me off myself,
Yep.
takes me out of my problems, out of my
Yeah.
anxiety, out of my fears.
Yeah.
And the feeling I get when I put my head on the pillow overnight is terrific, you know.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
the things that I may have kept one person clean for a day.
Yeah.
And if you're an addict and you're clean for a day, that's a miracle.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's awesome. Like, you're really touching my heart, Steve, because I know so many of the guys, like, you know, have done, you know, you've sponsored, and they, you know, they say things like, you know, if it wasn't for that man, you know, and that's the thing, you know, what we can give back. You know, I'm talking to the people out there now, if you are out there and you are in recovery, yeah, you know, you can get involved, you can help, yeah, you can make a difference to
Yeah.
somebody else's life as well,
Yeah.
yeah, you matter,
Sure.
yeah, we need you to help help others.
We do.
People need
We
you,
need every,
and so
we
you
need
know.
every recovering addict to help others. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's only
That touches my heart.
we are the only ones that, you know, we've been through it. We know what it's like, and you know, we can help other people daily, you know, families that don't understand what's going on, you know, and they have a loved one that are in addiction. They're trying to help them. They're lost. They're just, you know, lost. How do I understand this? You know, we can make a difference because we can bring understanding. We can bring them some tools about how to be able to help their loved one, you know, and just step in when that person's ready for help. Step in and say, you know, lend a hand, my brother, you know. And it is by giving, guys, that you receive. It's by, like Steve said, when he lays his head down at the end of the night, and you know that you've made a difference, at least to one person's day and to one person's family, you know, that day, that one more day, and give them tools. You know, it's an incredible feeling. You know, Steve, I know that, you know, you've made in the short time that I've known you, you've made a difference in my life personally, you know, sending me daily quotes, you know, and just those little things, you know, where I've been able to post it out on our page to help others through their journey of recovery, or help a family member stay strong and find the strength to keep going, you know. So thank you in the short time we've known you, and you've already contributed so much to so many.
I hope to do a lot more with them.
Yeah.
A lot more.
And that we love, you know, everybody that is watching this, that you may be in recovery and you may be going, you know, I want to give back. I don't know how, because I'm working or I don't have the time. There's different ways you can give back. We do stuff on the weekend. There's, you know, you can pick up the phone to answer somebody that might need support. We provide training for you. We provide everything you need, yeah. But we need you and your heart and your story. Yeah, so if that's you, you know, private message us, and we've got, you know, teams all over Australia, and, you know, we can train you up and hook you up with your local team, and if we don't have a team, we can start one in your area, yeah, and it's, you know, from a place of love, peer support, you know, and it's a life worth living. There's nothing better. So tell us, Steve, how do people get in touch with you? You know, if they want some help.
To be free of addiction.
Amen. To that, it is.
Well,
It's awesome.
They can go for you. If ICE is there, predominantly their their problem, they can go through you, and Leanne will
Yep.
put them in contact with me. Or,
Yep.
yeah, so they ring your number.
Awesome. That guys, that's 1-800 No to Ice. So 1-800 NOTOICE.
Email.
Yep, we'll connect you with Steve if you need support. Yeah, our care
I'm here
team
to
are
help.
always on the phone. That is so awesome. Steve, is there any I guess advice that you can give to family members that might have a loved one in addiction and doesn't know what to do? Because we get a lot of families watching this show. Have I still got you there? Have I lost you? Hello?
Ask for help for yourself. Because, yeah, can you hear me?
I got you back, yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I can hear you fine. Can you hear
Awesome.
me?
It just cut out for a bit.
I can hear you all right then. And that.
Awesome. Can you just
Okay. All right,
talking to the
advice
families?
family members.
Yeah.
Love. Yeah. Love is the answer.
Yeah.
You know, but you can't give what you haven't got. So you have to look after yourself.
Is it cutting out?
Yeah, he's getting a bit
If you've
choppy,
got if you've got a family member affected by ice, make a phone call to a drug and alcohol counsellor, or to see whether you can get help in your community, or AAYC.
Yeah.
I'm sure that the people there will put you in contact with support groups for family members as well.
Definitely. Guys, that number to call if you're a family member and you have a loved one in addiction and you need some help, the family support number to call is 0481 844 555. Yep. Are you dropping out?
Hello?
You got me? I think there's a delay.
yeah, but
It appears to be a delay. So if you just put that number up for me, that's 0481 844 555 for family support, and we'll connect you to family support that you need in your area. And like I said, we work with people that have had lived experience, that have been trained
can you say it again?
to help you. Sorry?
Can you say the number again?
The number is 0481 844 555.
Yeah, I've got you. Can you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. There's just a little bit of a delay, I think. So do you counsel families as well, Steve? Hello? I'm losing him. Hello? Can you hear me? I think we're
I can hear
breaking
you
up.
fine. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yep.
I can hear you.
Do you counsel families as well, Steve?
What I predominantly do is that when I work with a client, is I give the family my number if they have. I can hear you fine. I can hear you fine. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, what I normally do is that if I work with a client and they're having trouble with their family members, I ask them, would you like me to talk to your father or your mother or your brother or sister or whatever? If they say yes, I get them to come talk to me, and I have the dynamics and the skills through my counselling study, to work with family dynamics as well. So, yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
do it. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So if you're a family member and you need somebody with lived experience that has the skill set, the training to be able to offer some tools to your family, because addiction's not only a personal problem, it does become a family problem, yeah? So the whole family needs repair, needs help, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you are that family member and you're looking for help, please contact us again and we'll get you in touch with Steve. The number to call is 0481 844 555. That's our family support number there. Or you can private message us right now online, or you can call the 1-800-NO-TO-ICE. That's 1-800-NO-TOICE. Or you can email us and check us out at australianantiicecampaign.org.au online. So there's many ways that you can reach out and contact us, and we'll connect you across to Steve for to help work with you, to help your loved one, or to help yourself. So we have some amazing counsellors online. I was introduced to another one today, another counsellor, Corinne, who will be working with women and families as well. So this is everybody that's a trained counsellor and psychiatrists and psychologists who have had lived experience. Yeah. So we've got a lot to offer. Yeah, definitely. And any last advice for, maybe somebody that might be watching, might be in contemplation, yeah? They might, be trying to get clean, they've relapsed, and kind of wondering whether they're going to, be able to really free themselves from this addiction. So, you got any advice for them?
Try as many different alternatives as you possibly can. Don't give up hope on anything. NA, psychotherapy, the church, if that's your thing, just keep asking for help until you get help.
Yeah.
Don't let pride get in the way, because pride is the biggest killer.
Yeah.
When we stop asking for help, that's when we lose hope.
Yeah.
And when we lose hope, we're not going to recover. So we need to find hope.
Yeah.
So keep asking for help.
That's awesome, Steve. I have a question. I've over the years I've seen some people that they're clean, they've done counselling, and they've kind of let go of their framework of support a little bit. I guess I might have answered my own question, but they something happens, traumatic happens in their life. And they might be like 3 years or 5 years clean, and life gets too hard, and something happens in their life that's major, and they relapse.
You did answer your own question when you said they dropped off their support mechanism.
Yep. So your advice is never to drop off, never?
No, you can't afford to.
Yeah.
If you maintain your support mechanism and something dramatic happens, it's still there.
Yeah.
Like your friendships, in whether it be NA or AA or the church or whichever organisation or whether you find it through psychotherapy, through a counsellor or whatever,
Yep.
it's important to continue those relationships,
Yep.
you know, because and if getting off addiction reconnects you with your family, it's important to stay reconnected with your family.
Yeah.
You know, I see it so much in the people that I help. You know, they reconnect with their family. And the beautiful part about it is they stay connected
Yeah.
with their family. You know, because
Yep.
as I said before, love is the answer. And where do you find more love than in your family? You know?
Yeah.
And
That's right.
the support's there.
And it's never letting go, is it, of that framework? Because, you know, the worst thing is to think, oh yeah, we're right now, we're right, and letting go of that, you know, of that framework, of that support, of really doing recovery.
If you're not working on recovery, you're working on a relapse.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, that's it. That's huge. Yeah. I love that. Hey, we can put that up on AARC's Facebook page. Can we do that? Can we pinch it?
Yeah,
So how does it go? If you're not working on recovery?
you're working on a relapse.
Wow, I love that. That's so true, eh?
Yeah.
That's really true.
It's not mine, but you can have it.
Awesome, thank you for sharing. Steve, we're going to have to wrap up. We're coming to the end of the show. Is there anything that is in your heart that you want to share that you haven't touched on tonight?
Just my personal belief about love.
Yeah.
Love abolishes anger, dissolves resentment, fades fear, banishes blame, gets rid of guilt. And if you can find that for yourself, the secret to finding love for yourself is through forgiveness.
Yeah.
First of all, you need to forgive yourself. You know, addiction is not choosy. It doesn't say it's not about being a bad person.
Yeah.
It's about trying to get well, not trying to be good, you know. So
Yeah.
we need to forgive ourselves and then we can love ourselves. So that's my own personal recovery, you know. You ask me if I put my life into a heading, what would it be? And it would be from an outlaw to a helper, you know. But I need to forgive myself first.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Steve, thank you so much for sharing your heart, sharing your story, and for sharing some of your knowledge in this area with us tonight, online and live stream. We're very, very blessed to have you on board and working with AARC. And yeah, thank you. Bless you, bless you, bless you.
Thank you for having me on. It's been a privilege.
Can I just teach you, before we wrap up and close the show, can I teach you our slogan for AARC, which is not even once, guys? It goes like this: not even once. So shall we close with that? Will you do it with me and close with me? Awesome. Even once. God bless you. Stay clean. See you next Thursday night. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Bless you too.